Mother. Time to have your say. The Problem Playhouse. Let you wear your views. The guest consultant with all the latest. So join in the fun. Everyone with laughs, problems, and funny games. So okay, Mother. Okay, Mother. We're presenting Dennis James.
Okay, now, who makes the cooling lemonade? Who's the gal we'll never trade? Well, it's 1 o'clock, your time of day. Time for you mothers to have your say. Okay, Mother!
Okay, Dennis!
Sounds like a slow motor getting started, but we'll get started. All of you girls at home, now take it easy, relax, and settle back. You know, it's warm weather. No work for you from 1 to 1:30 every day. It's Mother's Day. No dishes to do, no lunch to prepare. Just sit back. All our entertainers here will entertain you. Okay, Mother?
Okay!
All right. All right, girls, first of all, here's Julia and me. I'll give her a big hand just to limber you up and her. If I could be that beautiful, I could make $1 million in television. Do you know that? Speak to us, Julia. Go ahead.
Anyway, for the first monogram...
Go ahead.
I want to hear, too.
Oh, all right.
For the first mothergram, we have a lovely Evans compact.
All right, along, first of all, the mothergram now. Don't shout it out. Put your hand over your head. This English mother's little boy was not one of those chickens. Though beaten much and whipped a lot, he had spirit like the Dickens. He tried his best to lead a life, not wicked, not a pagan, but he was kept in bondage by the evil Mr. Fagin. Who is it? Come on, the little fellas ought to know this. Mother, stand, you know? Nicholas Nickleby is not right, Mother. Stand, what?
Oliver Twist.
That's... All right, now, girls, I'm going across the studio. You supply the line. I'll try to supply the rhyme as best I can. If I fail, naturally enough, you get yourself a gift. Before we do that, I want to say when I come over there, the person I'm talking to, male or female, when the bell sounds, that person then becomes our lucky mother. If you get the right answer to the mothergram, you get yourself the Polaroid land camera, which is a beautiful camera that takes your picture, develops it in exactly 60 seconds. I think we have all that clear. Julia, we all set? You get yourself over there. Girls, are you all ready now? Okay, Mother!
All right,
Here I come, Mother. Speak to me, what? You certainly may. You lost your voice that time, didn't you? Yes. All right, here's the client. Thank you. What's the line now?
My husband's name is Romeo.
My husband's name is... Is your voice always like that, or you just got a little laryngitis? Is it? My husband's name is Romeo. I'm trying to make a poem, I know, for Romeo, but I haven't got it. Give her a box of Rosedale Hooker.
I work for the Air Force at Guam.
I worked for the Air Force at Guam. I worked for the Air Force at Guam. That's where you come from? No, but that's a place from which I swam once in Guam. All right, Mother back there, say it.
I had dinner with the Tsar.
Oh, you did? I had dinner with a czar, and she carries nary a scar. Too easy, honey, say it.
Dennis, do you like lasagna?
Dennis, do you like lasagna? Yeah, but it fills up the labanza. The lasagna, labanza, I don't know. Wait a minute, let's see. Mother back here. Speak to me, honey.
By making these films, you will later be able to catch up.
By making the films, you will later be able to catch up. Well, yes, it grows and grows and grows from a very little pup. Say it, honey.
The story is most unusual.
The story is most unusual. Well, that's all right because you're my pal. Say it, honey.
Have you ever eaten kreplach?
Oh, yes, many times. Have you ever eaten kreplach? Well, if I could only think of that word we had on that Passover day. If you ever eaten kreplach, what do they have in the soup? Knedlach? Knedlach!
His name is Edna.
Oh, honey, every day we've had Edna. Let me say one thing here. We haven't had a lecture like this in a long time. The object of line and rhyme is to have some fun. I don't care what you stick me with. We ask every day before the show to not use the words that were used yesterday. So that we can have some fun. You'll get the gifts. We have some laughs. But every time I get hit with the same word every day, it stumps me. It stops me dead. You don't want to stop me, do you? You don't want it. Then go ahead, hon.
My friend has a chihuahua.
My friend has a chihuahua. All right, give her a box of Rosedale Hosiery. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Daddy, let's hear from you.
I like to play pinochle.
I like to play pinochle, and when I lose, I snap my knuckle. And you're the lucky mother, too. Come on down here, Pop. You're the lucky mother. Come on, you're going to win a camera. Come on. Don't come all the way. Come right here. I'm going to read now what is called a mothergram. If you get the right answer, you get the Polaroid camera. It takes your picture, develops it in exactly 60 seconds. All set? Don't shout it out, girls. If he doesn't get it, you may be next. Though at composing poetry, this mother's boy excelled, he couldn't stand the soldier's life. From West Point was expelled. Who is it? Don't shout it out, girls. The bell may sound. It may be you. Do you know?
Poet's mother.
Yeah, a poet's mother. You haven't got it? Time is going. Give him a big hand anyhow, girls. He hasn't got it. You got a very handsome daddy standing in the corner. Come on out here, Pop, so we can see you. Man, there's a good-looking fella, girls.
Thank you, sir.
Name, please.
Charles Rodemer.
From where, Mr. Rodemer?
Rutherford.
Rutherford, New Jersey.
Rutherford,
All right,
New
fine.
Jersey.
Give me a line now. Maybe I can't rhyme. You go away with an Anson set.
What is the best bread made?
This man's a bread salesman. I can tell you right now. Here's a kid who's in the dough. What is the best bread? I think I said something. I don't know what I said, but I think I said something. What is the best bread made? Wonder bread. Is that what you want? What, you got a man from Wonder and a man from Bond? Well, both of these kids are in the dough. What is the best bread made? I guess I would have a bread if I were being paid. Okay? All right, let's see.
Dennis, I'm Calabrese.
Dennis, I'm Calabrese. Dennis, I'm Calabrese. That's a new form of craze. You see, you're either Napolitano, you're Calabrese, or you're Franco Valese, right? Yes, honey, come on.
I was excited when I saw you in the restaurant.
I was excited, and I was excited when I saw you in the restaurant, too. I was excited when I saw you in the restaurant. Well, it was just like seeing the great DuPont, but I'm going to give you a prize anyhow. A big horsey for the little girl right here. All right, I didn't get over to this side at all today, did I? I'm sorry, girls. We'll stay here for a minute. Speak to me, you.
Could you rhyme, Dennis, the word Vincenza?
Can you rhyme the word Vincenza? Yeah, with credentials. It's a form of furniture. You're the lucky mother. All right, you ready? Don't be nervous now, because you go away with the Polaroid camera, boy. Here it is. Though at composing poetry this mother's boy excelled, he couldn't stand the soldier's life. From West Point was expelled. His stories alone didn't give him the chills. He shivered some when he could not pay his bills. Who is it? He was a poor man, you see. Poor man. Who is it? You don't know? 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. She doesn't know. Give her a hand anyhow, mother. Have you ever been to Africa? I'd love to sit in the lap of her, Africa. No, give her a box of Roselle. What do you got there? What? Oh, yes, something new? A brand new small-size Evans compact done up in gold. There it is, honey. Let's get one last one over here now. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, son.
My mother likes hosiery.
My mother likes hosiery. You want me to say yes, and I'm going to say no, siree. Across the studio, are you ready, girls? Okay, mother! Okay! And now... Once again, it's the Problem Playhouse, and Julia Meade shall play a mother today. Set the scene, Julia, will you?
All right. I'm sitting in my dressing room getting all ready to go out. Tom, let me see. I'm just... Oh, I should be ready in a minute.
Mommy!
Yes, dear?
Mommy! It's little Dennis. It's me, Mommy. You know that little sprinkling system that's out in the yard?
Yes.
And you said you have to stay at least 6 feet away from it? You know that?
Yes.
Well, 6 feet ain't far enough, 'cause I got soaking wet.
Oh, you've got your good long trousers all wet, little Dennis. I told you to stay away. You'd think you'd have enough sense to know when you're getting wet to step aside and not get yourself all wet. I
Well,
want you
Daddy's the same way. Daddy does the same thing.
Oh, where did you get that idea?
Mr. McCann opener told me.
Mr. McCann opener told you that Daddy stands out under the sprinkler every day.
He didn't say it in so many words, but he said your father is all wet.
Well, sometimes, dear, you're just impossible. I wanted you to look nice today when we went to Grandma's, and I want you to look nice when you meet your new cousin, Peter.
Will I meet Peter?
Yes, he's a lovely boy, and I wanted you to look very nice.
Peter's a boy? Then I don't want to meet Peter.
Of course he's a boy. What did you think he was?
I thought Peter was a rabbit.
I will take these trousers off and put on your other trousers. And Go take these off and put on your other trousers. And
Son of all these mothers, you want me to take these trousers off? You know, I'll have to do it. I'm the guy who can do that. Don't ever say that to me.
Now, little Dennis.
What, Mommy?
Pay attention to Mother.
Yes, I'm paying.
Take off these wet trousers and hang them up and put on your other ones. And please be careful. Now, run along.
Because I'm a good little boy. I'll put on the medium pants.
Put on the medium.
I'll put on the medium pants. Goodbye.
Don't go near the sprinkler again, dear. Ah, that child. He'll have me a wreck before I get dressed, even. Oh, well, I guess he won't go near the sprinkler now.
Whoa, Mommy! It happened again. I got my boy. The medium pants are on.
Oh, dear, why did you do that?
It happened
You
again.
got them all ruined. You can't go out like that. Now, what made you do a thing like that?
Well, to tell you the very honest truth, Mommy, I was out there changing my pants, and a ghost, a real live ghost, came up to me and spoke to me, and I went out. I had to go in the yard.
A ghost came up and spoke to you?
Yes.
Well, what did he say?
How do I know what the ghost said? It's a dead language. I can't speak that language.
Now, dear, listen to Mother. I want you to go and put on your other pants. You have only one other
Could
pair
get
of
worse, girls. Put what on?
You have only one pair of clean trousers left. And I want you to put them on and keep them clean. I know they're short, but they're the only ones you've got. And if you don't keep them clean, I shall have to punish you and lock you in your room. Do you understand?
I'm going now, Mom.
All right.
Mommy, it happened again! Look at my dress, it's all wet!
Too much. Now, I want you to run upstairs and close yourself.
Why, mothers leave home, yes.
This is too much. This is really a shame. Mother's trying to get dressed, and you're just being
You try so hard to be
horrible.
serious, and I'm not giving you half a chance.
Getting
Now,
me all upset. Now, I want you to go upstairs and stay in your room until those trousers dry. Do you understand me?
Help this little accident.
You couldn't help it. Run upstairs.
I gotta go again.
Yes.
I have to stay in my little old stinking room.
Yes. And stay there till those trousers
Mommy,
dry.
I'm lonesome. Mommy, I don't want to go.
I hope you get upset. Now, behave yourself. I'll come up in a little while to see if the trousers are dry. Otherwise, we won't go. What's all that noise? Are you out there without your trousers on? Are you out there without your trousers on? Are you out there without your pants on?
No, I got my pants on. I'm just to fix them up at the gasometer. What are you talking about? Boy, what changes today? All right, girls, the problem is simply this now. Isn't this silly? So I'll be dressed by the time somebody says something. Girls, the problem is this. When a child goes in front of a water sprinkler in the backyard or out in front of the hydrant that might have been opened up by the city Department of Sanitation, should we spank and punish that child for going in front of the sprinkler? Will you take it first, Mother? Your name, please, and where you're from.
I'm Mrs. Puccio from Massachusetts, Long Island. I don't think I would spank my little boys who went out on the lawn under the sprinkler system because, after all, we've been having a water shortage, and a few extra drops of water would be welcome. I would just take him in and change his clothes and tell him not to do it again.
All right, thank you very much. Mother, will you stand, please, your name and where you're from?
Video operates from a mountain retreat with secret agents at all points of the globe. Possessing scientific secrets and scientific weapons, Captain Video asks no quarter and gives none to the forces of evil. Stand by for Captain Video and his Video Rangers. Time, Video Rangers, you'll remember that some startling developments took place on two planets many light years apart. On Metasteros, you saw Captain Video preside over an interplanetary meeting, and you watched him give Sita of Mars a few lessons in the art of physical combat. Meanwhile, back on Earth, you saw Dr. Pauly in action again, making his sinister plots to rule the world. Now let's get right into today's story as we go to the headquarters of Hermes Lycos on Metasteros.
How's that feel, Captain? Tight?
Yeah, that's all right, Ranger. After you get through that, will you do a little something to these knuckles?
Boy, you really use that hand, boy.
Yes. Well, now that we've settled all personal differences, suppose we get down to business.
That suits me fine. I've had all I want of personal business.
Yes, I should think so, Speaker.
Yes. Hermes, what do you suggest is the correct treatment for Terzan?
Well, Captain, we feel that the firmament regulations must be applied.
To what extent?
Well, to begin with, occupation of Terzan by the firmament police. Also, all communication with other planets to be subjected to strict censorship. And trade with other planets to be restricted.
Tough, isn't it? What else?
Well, a change in the position of the firmament to an orbit that can be kept under constant watch. Naturally, all weapons of Terzan to be confiscated and destroyed.
Really?
Each Terzanarian will be required to spend a full-time cycle in farm labor. The products to be given to a peaceful planet. Right?
Right. Sounds a little tough to me.
The regulations are just. It's what we've done for eons.
Well, gentlemen, all I know is that if you want to create everlasting hatred, it's to make slaves of your defeated enemy. And that's all that these terms would accomplish, the way I see it.
Well, then, what you seem to be in favor of is Earth policy, eh, Captain Video?
To a degree, yes, I do.
Well, Captain, what do you suggest we do?
I suggest a much more moderate policy. Terzan's a defeated enemy, yes, but don't forget she's a member of the same firmament. We all are, for that matter.
Just a second. I don't like this business about confiscating the weapons. For years, Mars has had a very profitable trade agreement with war materials with Terzan. I withdraw the statement.
Good. Gentlemen.
As he grows older, Sita grows wiser.
Gentlemen, suppose we all sit down.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Let us.
Now, I suggest a much more moderate policy. Why wouldn't it be perfectly reasonable to give Terzan a new place in the orbit? Let her have room to expand, room to breathe, as Regas put it.
Captain Video, they'll think it a sign of weakness.
I don't think they will, Ventura. They'll misinterpret it if they do. Don't forget that we're still strong enough to give orders and see that they're carried out. What do you say, Hermes?
I'm with you, Captain. What say you all?
Agreed.
Agreed. Ventura?
Agreed.
Good. What do you say to this plan, Captain? You and the Video Ranger go to Terzan as our ambassador of goodwill. There you can bring our decision to Regas himself, and then return here with any further recommendations he might care to make.
That's all right with me. I'd be perfectly happy to do it if it's all right with you, gentlemen.
Good.
Fine.
How about you, Ranger?
It's okay with me, sir.
All right.
Splendid. Metasteros, calling Terzan. Hermes Lycos, calling Regas of Terzan. Regas in demand.
This is Regas of Terzan.
Regas, Captain Video and the Video Ranger are coming to visit you to bring our decision, and will act as our special emissaries.
I shall welcome your Captain's Video. This is Regas signing off.
Hermes Lycos, signing off.
Did you hear that, Signum? Captain Video is coming here. We must have a plan. We must set a trap for him. We must never see that beautiful Earth of his again. We'd have had Medisperos right now if it hadn't have been for him.
And I know what their terms will be.
Yes. Yes, so do I. An abject surrender. Slave labor. For that fat Hermes of Jupiter. To make them all the fatter. But I won't put up with it. I would rather die first than see Terzan destroyed.
Captain Video will undoubtedly arrive in an orbit control rocket.
Yes. And he will land at the usual stage.
Perhaps we can arrange a surprise for you.
Captain Video, may I speak with you for a moment? Certainly. I would like to have you pay me a visit on Mars.
I'd certainly be very happy to do that. Why in particular would you like me to come there?
I'd like you to teach my soldiers how to kill men with their bare fists.
Oh, no. See that? Never lead with your right. You're a sucker for a right cross.
I see.
You know, Sita, on Earth we consider boxing a sport. It teaches you how to defend yourself, teaches you good sportsmanship, teaches you skill.
Teaches you how to avoid right crosses, too, huh?
That's right.
Oh, one thing more. No mention must be made of our little match on Mars.
Don't worry. This is strictly between you and me.
An excellent conference. One trouble with it, though. It kept me from these luscious Jupiter grapes.
Well, farewell, Hermes.
Farewell.
Farewell, Premier Blackhawk.
Farewell, Ventura.
Farewell, Ranger.
Sita. And now, we must make some necessary arrangements for your trip to Terzan.
Well, first I'd like to contact Earth. I'd like to tell them what's been going on here.
Yeah, I'd like to find out what's been going on down there.
So would I, Ranger.
Well, tell me, do you wish to use the rocket technique, Captain, or rely on the time-lapse for a voice message?
I think the rocket would be much faster and much more efficient. I know the exact trajectory, anyway. And I'd like to send a message to Commissioner Bell and one to the laboratory as well.
Ready? I feel like $1 million. Never mind, bring me any mess. And incidentally, I've had news from Blakesley. He's hot on the trail of Dr. Polk.
Good man, that Blakesley, even with all his yoiks and pip-pips and so on. And Commissioner Bell?
Oh, Senator Hall, the record. Say, you heard anything from Captain Video?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Now, listen to me. That broadcast you made was a phony, Commissioner. You told the people that Captain Video and the Ranger's still alive. They'd soon appear in person.
That's right.
Well, I happen to know that's impossible. I checked all the astronomical sources, and that planet Medisperos can't even be seen. You know, my column's going to say that you've rigged up identical doubles for Captain Video and the Ranger, too. And that you'll show these doubles to all the people, just to delude them.
You know that you're right, Hall. Except that we didn't hire doubles. We hired the twin brothers of the Captain and the Ranger.
Why? You...
Commissioner Bell calling Jordan, identifying numeral 704. Come in, Jordan.
Jordan, Station 1, numerals 104. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Jordan, I've only had one rocket message from Captain Video. Have there been any more?
No, Commissioner, but our instruments are registering the same electric charge that they showed before the first rocket landed. Now, that should mean that another rocket is on the way.
Good. Then contact me, Jordan, when it lands.
I certainly will. Jordan signing off.
Commissioner Bell signing off.
We'll return to Captain Video in 1 minute. You know, Video Rangers, if you ask almost anybody, who was Betsy Ross, quick as a wink, they'll tell you why she made the first American flag. But how many of us know anything at all about George Ross, Betsy's uncle by marriage? Well, George Ross was one of the signers of our Declaration of Independence. One of the men who was willing to risk charges of treason and death, if need be, to preserve the rights and privileges of his countrymen. Well, many times we take these hard-fought-for privileges our American heritage of freedom of thought and action for granted. They are so much a part of us that we feel they never could be taken away. But in the world today, there are those who would destroy our American heritage, who would tear down our ideals, trample underfoot the flag that came into being under the skillful fingers of Betsy Ross. So let's be alert and realize as Americans that freedom is everybody's job, Video Rangers. Now let's get back to our story. As communications rockets flashed with the speed of light between Metasteros and Earth, the remote carrier beam was functioning swiftly, too, as it brought Captain Video's special agent into sharp focus.
What's happened here? I reckon you know it, you wouldn't be here. Which one of you is Turner?
I'm Turner. The Callahan girl brought word that a fella named the Whistler murdered Jerry Blake.
In Wednesday's story, Video Rangers, you'll recall that the Sparrow, mad scientist in the employ of evil General Carone, loosed a force of energy so potent that an oil field 97 miles away sprang into immediate flame. Using nearby Mount Vindaram as a discharge point for his destructive force, the Sparrow chortled with glee as he received reports of the mounting flames. Pleased with the results, Colonel Sugrat still was disturbed because a certain courier hadn't arrived to bring him an oral message. And Video Rangers, you and I know why. And many, many thousand miles away, Captain Video had just made a difficult decision. Let's start our story with Captain Video.
Hello, Captain Video speaking.
Central Intelligence Department calling, sir. Just a
Oh,
moment.
yes?
Lieutenant Martin speaking, Captain Video.
Oh, yes, Lieutenant.
The commissioner asked me to contact you directly with this recent report. We'll bring your records up to date on Blondie.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Air reconnaissance reports the movement of thousands of sheep and thousands of goats from the area surrounding Blondie toward Paracoot, sir.
I see.
In addition to which, our men in Paracoot report their whole area has been devastated by fire of undetermined origin.
But tell me this, were there any signs of sabotage?
As I understand it, sir, the heat of the flames was so great that even stones were burned to a powder. After
Really?
such heat, clues to sabotage would be very hard to find, sir.
All right. Now, look, Lieutenant, I'm on my way back to the laboratory. Will you further send me further details on this by a special messenger?
Yes, sir. Together with aerial photos taken within the last 24 hours.
All right. I expect to hear from the ranger once I get back to the laboratory, and I want to forward this information to him.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Lieutenant. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Yes, yes. What is it?
Well, you look at the map. You'll fly plane all fixed.
Oh, no, I'm not going to fly the plane. There's a lot more work to be done on it. I can't fly it and may never fly again.
Oh, why, you look at map.
Because I'd rather look at that map than your ugly face. Now get back to where you belong. Let me finish the work on this plane. Stupid natives. They knew this plane was fixed and I could fly it. They might try to stop me. Might even try to shoot me down. Be very careful. Yes, all is clear. All is clear. They've all gone down into the valley. I need about 3 minutes, that's all. I can roll the plane to the edge of the flying strip, and with a propeller at climbing speed, I can be in the air in 13 seconds. Yes. Lance, Colonel Surratt,
Come on, Dr. Foley. Here's another chance, another opportunity to prove your luck.
Oh, it's you, Colonel Sugrat. Did you follow my advice? Shoot guns, make noise, indulge in violence?
Oh, but I have indulged in something much more astounding.
Oh, yes, I quite forgot. Paracoot. Did you see anything interesting?
Smoke clouds darken the sky. Even flames are visible.
I told you that little switch was a powerful weapon. You see, Colonel Sugrat, you military men have been slow to realize that science, pure science, is a more powerful weapon than all your armies in the world.
Indications from Paracoot are that the devastation is complete. The force of the blast knocked out even our communication.
No, the devastation is not complete. As a matter of fact, this was merely an experiment, a test, so to speak, to show what my little baby here can do when it's grown up. You see, Colonel Sugrat, this time we charged only the very peak of Mount Bindaram, just 300 feet down from the very tip.
And what will happen when you are prepared to use the full power you generate here?
Seismographs all over the world will register terrific earthquake shocks. And the precise area under my attention will be as bleak, as desolate and cold as the other side of the moon.
Then of what use are my men?
To hold, to consolidate the gains I will have made, to fortify themselves against future attack by building me another baby, larger and more powerful than this one.
I begin to see the plan. A series of stations from which the power
Do
of...
not disturb yourself further. You rest your brain. Go move your men, move your sheep and goats, and leave the rest to me. Oh, by the way, have you received word from the courier yet with the complete message?
In the excitement, I forgot. I shall have my men check through to General Parole. The courier is long overdue.
I will call for you when next I perform an experiment. My next experiment. That will really astound the world. My next experiment. Fire, flames, smoke will cover the sky like an unbroken cloud and extend far out into the universe. Destruction by fire!
Off on another dangerous mission for Captain Video, the Video Ranger dons one of his most important pieces of equipment, the secret identifying ring.
Rangers, here's why this ring is so important to me and to all video agents, whether you're operating in the United States or any place in the world. If anyone questions your identity, all you've got to do is show them this ring. You see, the picture of Captain Video on the top is proof that you're a qualified video agent. You see, all our agents have orders to wear this ring at all times. It's part of our official equipment. So if any of you Rangers haven't gotten your ring yet, why, get one right away. And wear it at all times to show that you're on the side of Captain Video fighting to defend law and order.
Boys and girls, to get your Captain Video picture ring, get swell-tasting, long-lasting Powerhouse candy bars. Because it's the wrappers from this delicious taste treat that bring you this valuable identification ring. If you get the regular nickel-sized Powerhouse, you need 2 wrappers and 10 cents in coins. That's 2 nickel wrappers, remember. Or if you get the big 10-cent jumbo Powerhouse, you need only 1 wrapper and 10 cents in coins. Either way, mail your wrappers along with your name and address to Powerhouse, Box 95, New York 46, New York. You'll have your Captain Video picture ring in about 2 weeks. Better write that address down. I'll repeat it for you. It's Powerhouse, Box 95, New York 46, New York.
Now, Rangers, as the 0 hour for bombarding Comet X approaches.
Starboard rudder, Captain.
Normal.
Port.
Normal.
Well, that's just about it, Captain. We're ready for the job ahead of us.
Good. I'll contact the Excalibur, then, in order to return to planet Earth. Ranger, there's still time to get aboard the Excalibur.
I know, sir.
I think... Well, I'm sure I could handle a nuclear cannon alone.
I'm sure you could, too, Captain.
Well, then?
Excuse me, sir, but aren't you wasting valuable time?
Yes, you're right. Captain Video to the Excalibur. Captain Video to the Excalibur. Come in, please. Come in.
Excalibur. Ensign Tubbs speaking, Captain.
Oh, look, here are your orders, Tubbs. The Ranger and I are going to start for Comet X. You and Bascom take the Excalibur and start for planet Earth. When you arrive, Fraser, McGovern, and Cromwell are to be handed over to the Ranger police. You and Bascom know the charges against them. See that they're recorded for the court-martial.
Aye, aye, sir.
Now, hear this and remember. Say that I recommend clemency for both Cromwell and McGovern. As for Lieutenant Fraser, I'm afraid his record must speak for itself. That's all, Tubbs. Safe voyage home and cosmic luck to you.
Good luck to you, sir.
All set, Ranger?
All set, Captain.
Then turn ship, full speed ahead for Comet X.
DuMont Television Network.
The Morey Amsterdam Show, brought to you through the facilities of the DuMont Television Network. Presented by your DuMont dealer, the man who holds the coveted DuMont television dealer franchise. With Morey Amsterdam, Art Carney, Freddie Blair and Dottie Dean, Leo, Blimpy Blank, Andy Roberts, Kay Amsterdam, and Johnny Guarnieri, his piano and his orchestra, at the Silver Swan Cafe. DuMont, first with the finest in television, proudly presents the Sherbrooke console with 19-inch direct-view light-tone picture tube, oversized chassis for longer life and superb performance, both AM and FM radio, and 3-speed automatic record player. America's distinguished teleset. The Hanover console in classic Hebel White design with 19-inch direct-view picture tube, FM radio, and phonograph plug-in. Remember, there are many new and different models in both mahogany veneer and blonde hardwood made by DuMont. DuMont, the world's largest organization devoted exclusively to television and electronics. And now your DuMont dealer invites you to join Morey Amsterdam and the happy gang at the Silver Swan Cafe. Certainly happy to say that you're having such a wonderful time. It's floor show time again, and time for everybody to hurry back to their tables and chairs, because here's the man who's going to take you on a gay tour of our Silver Swan Cafe, your host, Morey Amsterdam.
Thank you very much. Oh, Don, this is a thrilling night tonight. What are you dressed up for? Going to a funeral?
Well, you know.
What are you made up for, kid? Wow, all my friends are here. I see Andy, Mary, Cal, people from Los Angeles, the Gordons. All my friends are here tonight.
Good.
Means no minimum. You can't make a dime. Ha ha. Hey, look what I got. I got a present. Ask me what it is.
What is it?
Gee, Dad, I don't know. I'll take a look. Yes, I do know. Oh, boy. Isn't that keen?
What is it?
You said that before.
I know, but what is it?
This is the new Manischewitz Matzo ballpen point. Point pen or something.
Yeah, ballpoint pen.
Ballpoint pen. Manischewitz Matzo ballpoint. This is the only pen that writes on the chicken soup.
I see.
Isn't that dandy? They've sent so many lovely things. Today I got some Italian salami with built-in sen-sen. What a day this has been.
I'll see
You
you.
can leave, kid. I'll see you on the foul going. Bye. Where's this guy get his haircut? And now the song, ladies and gentlemen, that is, anytime people hear this, they say, oh, is that the buzz? No. What he say? Wah, wah. Yucca puck. Yucca-puck. Yucca-puck. Why, there's a guy lives on our block. I think he's off his noodle. He puts his dog on the end of a stick and wipes up the floor with his poodle. Hey, yucca-puck. Yucca-puck. Yucca-puck, yucca-puck, yucca-puck. Everybody sing. Yucca-puck, yucca-puck. Arrange with yucca-puck. Yucca-puck, yucca-puck. I'm glad you're all singing. We have some lovely gifts tonight. For the ladies, an exciting new perfume that comes in 3 odors. Romance, exotic love, and good morning, Judge. And we have a lovely gift for the men, too. I wrote it down here so I wouldn't forget it. Oh, fellas, you'll be crazy about this. It's a bicycle to match your bed. Are you thrilled? During the night, if you walk in your sleep, no more, you ride. You see, if your bed matches a bicycle, and I took my girl to a party. We played hide and seek. All of a sudden, the lights went out. My case comes up next week. Yucca-puck, yucca-puck. Yucca-puck, yucca-puck, yucca-puck. Come on, Cal. Yucca-puck. Yucca-puck. Yucca-puck, yucca-puck. Yucca-puck.
Thank you very much. As I was walking down the street today,
What do you say, Morey?
Hey, Newton, how are you? Boy, I'm telling you things out.
More! You've changed. You're taking off weight. No haircut. No belt in the back. A new head. Well, I could have sworn you was Morey. Only he would have the audacity and gall to sing Yucca-Puck.
You know, I think you're crazy.
Something must be happening to me. I could have sworn this guy was Morey Amsterdam. I come out here, I say, what do you say, more? And yuck, yuck, and everybody roars. Don Russell, how are you? What do you thinking?
Glad to see you, Newton.
Where'd Morey go?
I'm Morey crazy. Of course, that's
You're
Don.
Morey crazy?
Morey crazy, that's my new
I'm
name.
Newton Nuts.
I thought you were Newton Big.
Hey.
What's the matter?
I know I'm flipping my lid, that's what it is.
You are? You really know? What
they
happened?
discovered oil on my property. Look,
Oil?
everybody.
I didn't know. Who knows you?
Haircuts for everybody.
Where did you have property? What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, I'll show you the wire. There it is. Look, your uncle discovered oil on your property. Nothing but good luck to you.
And
Don't read it between the lines.
Whoa, what an adventure. How did you... Newton, did you really... Gee, this is real thrilling. I'm very, very happy for you, Newton.
Oh,
all that
boy.
money and everything.
I'm going to live, boy. I'm going to be independent, too.
You are?
You know those paper towels says rub, don't blot?
Yeah?
From now on, I blot.
Hey, this is wonderful.
I'm going to live in the richest places, eat in the richest restaurants.
My boy.
Can't you see me now, sitting in the Needix large orange room? Innkeeper. Ham hocks dipped in bourbon.
Wonderful.
4-way cold tablets on a flaming sword. Roast peasant.
Pheasant.
Roast pheasant for him, peasant for me. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm going to live.
You're going to have a big, beautiful home?
Haircuts.
You'll get the money to all those boys. Now, wait, don't throw your money around like crazy. You're really going to buy a big, beautiful home? How about a car? You going to get a car?
Oh.
I could just see you driving in your new Hudson down the street.
I'm not going to get a Hudson car. I'm going to buy the Hudson River.
Sounds delicious.
I'm going to build a bridge, not just over the Hudson, but all over the Hudson.
Underneath it. Newton, this is the most thrilling thing that's ever happened. You know those Hudsons where you step down in the car?
Yes.
You won't have to step down.
I'll have an elevator taking me down.
Wonderful. And the back seat will be loaded with goodies. Fitch's shampoo for your mustache. Bromoquinone for your cold.
A bottle of Frumsen.
Frumsen. I.J. Fox furs for your head.
Certainly.
And,
nickel deposit bottle.
That's right, and we can fill up the back seat with furniture. In case you get a flat, you move right in. Boy, this is...
Hey there. You're awfully fast for me tonight.
Newton, Newton,
this is
I want to tell you something. I know, but you got me all excited about it. That is absolutely thrilling. Let me hear it again. Read that to me.
Your uncle discovered oil on your property. Nothing but good luck to you.
Oh, this is wonderful, Newton. Although, in a way, it makes me feel sad.
And I...
Newton, they're playing our song. Gee, honestly. Slightly. Honestly, that's because I have neon shoelaces. They're light on my feet. Newton.
What?
Stop playing with that money. You're aggravating me. This is going to make me unhappy.
I belong to Money Anonymous.
Listen, when we reopen the Silver Swan Cafe, you'll have all that loot. You won't want to bother with us poor people.
I know how you feel, Moore.
You won't be with us again.
I know how you feel. I was poor once myself. But somehow, when I think back, on that 10-flight walk-up, that little 3-room cold water flat.
Yeah?
I really hated it.
You did, huh? Well, I mean, you won't be with us anymore, Newton. It'll make me unhappy.
I'll be with you in spirit.
You will?
Yep.
Well, should you want your spirit to have the shirts done at the same laundry? Oh, Newton, this really... Listen, you and I have been...
Over the Flushing Gas House.
This is all pretty interesting, but as I said before, it's a pretty sad deal. Honestly, you done something to me, Newton. Have you got a handkerchief? I can't use this one. It's sewed on for show, you know.
No, I don't.
I don't have a handkerchief either.
Just we're a couple of slobs, ain't we?
Yeah. Really makes me feel bad. But I wish you wouldn't throw your money around like this. After all, the whole thing hasn't been settled. All you got is a wire.
There's the proof. Can't you read it? Your uncle discovered oil on your property. Nothing but good luck to you.
You've been reading it. Now, let me read it. Oh, for goodness sake. Newton, where did you ever learn to read?
On the billboards, on the walls. John Loves Mary. Here I come.
I know.
I can't read that one. What do you...
Well, wait till I read this, you crazy man. You read this entirely wrong. Your punctuation is defunct. Listen to this.
I feel pretty good.
Your uncle discovered oil. On your property, nothing. But good luck to you.
Anybody spare an ex-millionaire a dime for a cup of coffee?
Give me that money back. Speaking of a man in white, here comes one now. His name is Don Russell. He has something interesting to say. Let us listen. How does it go?
Well, you know, Morey, I always have an interesting story to tell the people every week about this time.
Well, do tell.
And I have something very interesting to show them about DuMont telesets. Now, you know, friends, according to Norman Rockwell's famous illustration, the greatest joys in life are shared.
There's a treasure of pleasure for moments of leisure with DuMont. Life has more to it, you thrill when you view it through DuMont. Thirst with the finest in television, that's a set to own. Famous for light tone and life-size pictures, DuMont stands alone.
Now, friends, this 1951 DuMont Mount Vernon console will give you television at its finest, with clear, sharp, beautiful pictures and magnificent tone quality. Now remember, there are 16 beautiful 1951 DuMont telesets in both mahogany veneers and blonde hardwoods from which to make a selection. So friends, be sure to see your DuMont dealer.
There's a treasure of pleasure that's far beyond measure with DuMont. Home becomes brighter and hearts are much lighter with DuMont. DuMont's the hallmark of quality, product of master design. There's no comparing the joys you'll be sharing with DuMont.
Thank you. That's just our little story about DuMont, friends. Right now, I'd like to let you in on something very nice. It's the DuMont Television 1950 Football Guide, compliments of your DuMont dealer. Now, there are 40 pages of all the
few stirring words from a very stirring fella, Don Stirring Russell.
Thanks, Morey.
Hey, you Don Russell?
Yeah, I sure am. You must be the photographer.
Yeah, that's right. What do you want me to take?
Say, I want you to take a picture of the new 1951 DuMont Mount Vernon console.
Okay. Where is it?
It's right over there.
Oh. That's the picture you want?
Yeah, it's a picture I want.
Okay, it's a picture you'll get.
Okay. Say, by the way, when you're shooting the picture, please get in the beautiful lines of the Mount Vernon console, won't you? And the beautiful mahogany veneer. You know, the cabinet is a real masterpiece. We want to get all that in.
That's very easy, very easy. Now, take a look in here, my friend. How's that?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Shall I take it?
Yeah, you get ready to take it.
Okay, here we go now, just very easy. All right, now.
Just a second. A thought just occurred to me. I think it would be better if we took it with the doors open.
Okay, I'll open them.
No, just a minute. You can't do that.
I can't.
Skippy! Skippy's the stage manager.
Oh, you got help.
Skippy, will you open the doors, please? Okay. Thanks for opening the doors.
Who's that?
Skippy's assistant.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here. Now, you see, there's the set with the doors open, see, but you can't see the doors. Now, maybe I better open it up a little bit, huh?
All right.
Now, wait a minute, now, here. There we go. Now, how's that?
Say, that's fine. That's real fine. You know, you see that famous 19-inch direct view, life-tone, life-size picture tube? Boy, what beautiful, sharp pictures that one gives. You know, it's too bad we can't show that 10-inch permanent magnet speaker. The tone quality's magnificent for television, FM, and your phonograph plug-in for records.
Okay, boss. Shall I take it?
Yeah, you go ahead and take it.
All right, here we go.
Wait a minute. Just a second. Isn't it a shame that we can't show how beautiful that Mount Vernon console would look in your living room?
Oh, that's easy. Look, I'll open it up a little bit more. Now, watch this. Now, here. Now, there. Take a look. See that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Huh? Well, now, gee, can you imagine owning a Mount Vernon, a television set like that for yourself?
Yeah.
Boy, that's real wonderful. Now, that's it. That's the picture.
Okay.
Hurry
now.
up and take it quick.
All right, now. This is it.
Well, friends, that's our story of the DuMont Mount Vernon. Right now, I'd like to tell you a story, a true story about your DuMont dealer in your town. Why don't you visit him tomorrow and pick up a new DuMont 1950 football schedule? Now, it's a beautiful booklet that gives you all the latest rules and penalties of this year's football, all the schedules of the major colleges and practically every college and university in the United States, all of the schedules plus diagrams of the famous stadiums in our country and all the penalties. Everything you need to know about football is in this little booklet. And all you need do is go into your DuMont dealer in your town and ask him for it, and he'll give it to you with his compliments absolutely free.
That was before and after. You're looking at during. Hey, Don, you know, we got something special tonight for all the lovers of romance in the audience, and especially the kids who would like to know what romance was like back in the days when our moms and pops were making love. You know, when the automobiles first came out and everything?
Oh,
but
yeah.
first, you have an important message, and it goes like this.
Well, tonight I have a story about the Sprats, Mr. and Mrs. Spratt. You know, they're the same people who had such a hard time deciding about meals. Well, tonight they're trying to decide about buying a television set.
Well, I don't care what kind of a set it is, as long as it's a good set.
Well, I want one that looks good.
Although I'd like a set with big pictures.
Well, I can't make up my mind whether to get it in mahogany or blonde wood.
As a matter of fact, I'd like to see a screen with life-size pictures.
Well, I can't decide whether to get it in modern design or classical. Perhaps Federal, Georgian, Hebblewhite?
Well, it doesn't make any difference to me, as long as it's got big pictures.
Is that all you can talk about? Big pictures, big pictures? What do you mean, big pictures?
Big pictures? I mean pictures as big as this.
So naturally, the Sprats bought a DuMont Mount Vernon console after Mrs. Spratt had looked at all the new 1951 DuMont models and beautiful cabinet designs, available in both mahogany veneers and blonde hardwoods, because it was just what she wanted for her living room. And Mr. Spratt agreed with her choice because of the 19-inch life-tone, life-size pictures, which were the clearest, sharpest, most beautiful pictures he'd ever seen. And they both agreed the tone was simply magnificent, not only for television, but for FM radio and their phonograph records as well. And so they lived happily ever after, getting more out of life with television and getting the most out of television with DuMont. The Bachelor does his laundry. druggist, the Cavalcade of Stars. Starring Jackie Gleason. Friends, each year the American drug industry spends over $1 million in research and development, and the benefits are made available to you and your physician through your friendly professional drugstore. So get to know your druggist. Trade with him. He serves your family well. And now, here he is, the star of our show, Jackie Gleason.
Down by the Ohio, I've got the cutest little Ohio. There ain't nobody half as pretty as she, as sweet as can be, and jumping she's as preaching, she's crazy for me. What am I, oh my oh, the only one I've met who ever thrilled me so. She's not a glamour girl or no movie star, but when she's out with me, she's Hedy Lamarr, and when she oh, just wait till I get back to Ohio. Boy! You are a dandy crowd. I want to say before we go any further, a lot of people have been claiming that when they get here late, they can't get a seat down front. So starting next week, we're all having all of the front seats put in the back and all the back seats put in the front. So if you get here late, you'll get a front seat even though you sit in the back. Please, I have a headache. Now, I feel... Oh, I have an announcement to make before we get going, ladies and gentlemen. If there is a Mr. or Mrs. Brown in the audience, your babysitter just called and wants to know how you folded, triangular or square. Thank you. We do these little services for everyone. Whoops, there he is. There he is, Sammy Spear. He is beautiful tonight. In your little Robert Hall suit. Taking your Arthur Murray dancing lessons. You're lovely tonight. Are you ready, Sam? Is the camera on? Ah, he is beautiful. Lovely little fella. You've heard of music that ripples, music that bubbles. His squirts. Nice guy, though. I'll tell you. He had me over to his house the other day for a little dinner, and his son came in from school, and he said to the son, he said, well, what did you learn today? The kid said, well, we studied about evolution. He says, evolution, what's that? He says, you know, the teacher told us everybody comes from monkeys. Sammy says, what? He said, the teacher told us He said, maybe you come from a monkey, but not me. Well, he's a nice guy. I love you, Sam, anyway. You're a good boy, Sam. Oh, you're a good one. I feel like killing myself. You got a little dance music there? A little soft shoe style, my boy. About 300 things that time going over there. This is nothing. Look at the tumble that Churchill took. He got up and come back, you know. Now, before we start our show, I would just like to say to Marilyn Taylor, who's still in the hospital, she's one of our showgirls. She's feeling much better. She's watching the show now. Of course, that'll cause a relapse. But we just want to say hello to you. We got a swell show, and I think you'll like it. Sammy, a little traveling music, please. Hey, I'll have two of those days. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're riding high with the June Taylor dancers, and away we go.
Rocky King Detective, starring Roscoe Carnes as Rocky King, Chief of Homicide of a Metropolitan Police Force, in an exciting fight against crime. Brought to you by Clorettes, the new chlorophyll candy mints and chewing gums that make your breath kissing sweet, and Ivory Flakes, the mildest, fastest dissolving flakes possible for dishes and for your lingerie. Now, Rocky King Detective and Murder by Natural Death.
Well, who's in the middle?
What do you mean by that crack?
Oh, just an idle thought. But I think it might suggest that the police are going to do most of their concentrating on us. After all, we were the last ones to see Jason Gray alive.
Well, I'm sorry, Hart. I suppose I should have knocked.
That's all right, sir. I was just trying to line up the shot.
Well, where'd you think it came from? Through the keyhole?
No, sir, but I was interested in how the killer got in.
Well, I imagine that you were. So this is the great Jason Gray, huh?
Yes, sir.
Was he famous?
Well, he's pretty well known. You know, I kind of go in for those mystery stories.
He got television set?
Yeah. Say, do you look at him once in a while?
Sure.
Who's your favorite?
Well, I'd rather not say. It's kind of personal. What's the story on this thing, Hart?
Well, Doc says he was shot once in the forehead with a small caliber gun. Apparently, the man was just about to go to bed. See, his shoes were untied.
Yeah, who found him?
Well, the butler when he brought his breakfast this morning.
Anything on him?
No, nothing on him. We'll find this stuff on the floor beside him. You know, this notepad could be very interesting if we knew the rest of what he was going to say. All that's written here now is to whom it may concern, I guess. The rest of it's torn off.
Well, let me see it. You're right. Well, he got rid of this in a hurry, didn't he? And for a reason.
I checked it. It's the dead man's handwriting, all right.
Well, we got to find the other part. This one of his books?
Yeah, there are more of them over here, sir.
Until death do us part.
Listen to this one. Murder, mayhem, and Molly.
Sounds like a vaudeville act. Any sign of murder weapon?
No trace of it yet, but I've got men searching the grounds.
Well, we better take his coat in, too.
Yeah.
Anybody else here?
Well, there's Miss Stanley, the dead man's girlfriend, Richard Paul, the secretary, and Phyllis Bennett, the publisher.
Well, Miss Bennett's got herself quite a house here, hasn't she?
Sure has.
Well, as the way it looks to me right now, the most important thing, Art, is to find out what he wrote in that pad there, where he tore it off.
Oh, here's something that could help. The butler said that these three people I just mentioned were having quite an argument with Gray last night.
Really? Well, I'll start talking to him. You better have somebody take this stuff to the morgue. You get out and see what you can find on these people.
Right.
Let somebody else finish up for you.
Okay. Hey, listen. What if I can't get anything at headquarters?
Well, then try the newspaper reporters. They know most of the scandal anyway.
Pat him on his boo-boo, oh, la-ti-da. Give him his bottle just like his pa.
Yeah, pat him on his what?
His boo-boo. It's a song about a man who's just had a new baby. It's his first one. He's crazy about it. Junior's been singing it all day.
Yeah, I know, but you got it wrong. It's pat him on his poco.
Is it? Let's see if that rhymes. Pat him on his poco, oh, la-ti-da. Give him his bottle just like his pa.
No, Mabel, the old man hasn't got anything to do with it. They're talking about milk. Now, forget the song for a little while. See if we can't, how this new deal's coming out in the budget.
Oh, Billy, don't look at my checkbook tonight. I'm in such a romantic mood that just thinking about a new baby seems to do something to me.
Yeah, does it?
Yes, and it won't be too long, you know, before Junior will have his children romping around our house.
No, not more than 15 or 20 years. But I want to tell you something right now. I'm not going to be a babysitter in my old age. I'm going to get out and see the sights.
Well, for goodness sake, aren't you even going to look at his kids?
Certainly, and enjoy them, too, but without the work. You know, it's a very funny thing, Mabel. I just... What are you arguing about those things for? You know, Junior has to go up first.
Yes, but he's doing that very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just wish I had a head between my shoulders like his.
I wish I had a head, period. How can you write a check for $80 when you only got $65 in the bank?
Who wrote a check for $80? That's for 80 cents.
Well, what?
I needed some writing paper.
Why don't you put it over here in the cent column, then? People don't write check for 80 cents.
Well, I do, because if I break $1, it seems to go too fast.
Well, that takes care of everything. Next check. Father's surprise, $50. Now, look, Mabel, I don't want you spending that kind of money on me on Christmas. I got everything I need.
Oh, that isn't for you. It's just I meant you'd be surprised when you found out what it was for.
Yeah, well, what is it for?
I can't tell you until I have a conference with a very shrewd businessman tomorrow.
Well, I'm a shrewd businessman myself, and I want to know what you're spending $50 of my money for.
Your money, I like that. Don't we make a joint income tax report?
Sure, but what's that got to do with it?
It makes me just as important as you are, even if I am only the power behind the throne.
Is that so? Well, now, don't take this argument over in the foreign countries. We can settle it right here. Hello, Inspector King.
Lane, sir.
Yes, Lane, what is it?
We just got a call from the telephone company, sir. A man called the operator and said, I think I'm being murdered. And the call was traced to the home of a George Langley at 517 River Road.
Yeah, what'd you do about it?
Well, I got in touch with the squad car in that vicinity, had him investigate, sir, and I told him to call me back, and I'm waiting for their call now.
Well, don't wait. Take full squads and get out there as fast as you can. If the man said, I think I'm being murdered, maybe we can get there first.
All right, sir. Do you need any transportation?
No. I'm all set. I'll see you there. Is that 11 o'clock, Mabel?
Yes, but why in the world are you going out now?
Maybe to prevent a murder this time. At least I hope so.
Oh, I do, too. But don't you want to argue some more about that $50 check before you leave?
No. I haven't got time. I'll just have him cancel it, that's all.
Well, how can you do that? It's my account.
I'll put a plaster on it. They don't like you having an account at the bank anyway. You cause them too much trouble.
Says you.
That's right, says me. Now, you just worry about our grandchildren. That'll give you something to do till I get back. Goodbye, Grandma. I love you just the same.
Hero without uniform. Unknown, unsung, but always on guard, protecting you against crime.
This had better be nothing less than the end of the world.
Sorry if I woke you up, Brady.
You're sorry.
What's the matter, insomnia again? Look, we've got a murder. You meet me at Alfredo's Food Fair. It's on East Hickory, 725 East Hickory. Brady, answer me.
If I said what's on my mind, they'd take out my telephone. You say this guy's name is Alfredo Tozzoli, Lieutenant?
Yes, that's right. He owns the market. This is his daughter, Maria.
How do you do?
I examined the body, Brady. Looks to me like he was slugged behind the ear and then hit the back of his head against the metal corner of that milk case.
Let me see. Well, it wasn't robbery.
I know. I checked that myself. There are over $40 in there.
Hey, what's this?
Maria, how did your father manage to make so much money in this store?
So much?
Over $300 is a pretty fair day's take.
We didn't have that much. Not more than $78. Papa counted it just before closing.
This check is for $260. Was that today?
Papa never cashed a check in his life. He didn't believe in them.
Must have cashed this one.
Charles, I might have known. Pop didn't cash this check.
How do you know?
I know the man it belonged to.
Charlie Pacina?
Sure, I know him. I knew what he was the first time he ever walked into this place.
Suppose you tell us what you know about him, Maria.
I'll tell you, all right. It was just a few weeks ago he first came around. Just after we started to make a go of the business.
Well, what do you want from me? Look, sure, I knew the old guy, but so did a couple hundred other people. That doesn't say I killed him.
Did you go to his store last night?
Not me.
Why not?
Well, why should I?
Last night, your shakedown money was due.
Look, somebody's been kidding you, Lieutenant. I'm not in any protection racket. I'm a legitimate businessman.
What kind of business?
I run a pool hall on 14th, the Idle Hour. And it's a nice place, too.
That's a lie.
What do you take me for? Some punk that ain't been around? I got my rights. You got nothing on me.
You shut up and sit down.
Were you at your pool room last night?
Yeah, until 3:30. And I got the names of 10 witnesses to prove it.
How did you get Alfredo to cash that check for you?
Look, Alfredo never cashed no check for me.
No? What do you call that?
Call it a forgery.
When were you in the service, Pacino?
Are you kidding, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant, I've got this guy's record here. He's had one conviction. Draft evasion.
Does that answer your question, Lieutenant? I sat out the war in the federal pen at Lewisburg.
All right, Pacino, get out of here.
Makes you feel kind of silly, doesn't it, Lieutenant?
Look, Persina, I got up in the middle of the night. My disposition is very sour. Now, you get out of here before I forget myself.
It's a pleasure. Flatfoot.
Put a tail on him, Brady. It's not our department, but if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to get him for the protection racket.
I got that taken care of, Lieutenant. I gave the word downstairs. Incidentally, the Bunko squad has been having a run on these things.
Oh, another forgery?
Yeah. It's the fifth one that's turned up in the past week. They range from 50 to over $100.
How much does Bunko know about it?
Well, they know that all the signatures are forged by the same person. It's the same old racket. VA insurance dividend comes due, and all of a sudden the whole town is flooded with these phony veterans checks.
Rackets like this wouldn't exist if the public paid any attention to the government's instructions.
Yeah.
And Bunko hasn't got any other leads, huh?
Well, they know they're all typed with the same machine, that's all. Seems that there's a peculiar smudge on the letter E.
An E?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Take a look at that.
Well, looks like the machine used to type these two checks was the same one used to type the market list.
I think so, too. We'll send it to the lab to make sure. Typewriting is as individual as handwriting.
You know, it looks to me like the guy that left those groceries behind last night will turn out to be the counterfeiter.
Maybe even an eyewitness to the murder.
Yeah, could be. Do you want me to take this stuff and turn it over to Doc Courtney at the lab?
Yes, do it on your way downstairs.
Right.
And Brady, I want you personally to pick up the tail on Pacino. Follow him everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Looks like the guy who's passing these checks is working this section. Keep your eyes open. You may run into him.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that you've seen our last two shows and have been waiting to see the Nairobi Trio. Unfortunately, Ernie has told you in the past shows that they have been unable to make an appearance. But we are very happy to say that they are with us tonight. We went to a great deal of trouble and expense to bring them here, but here they are. The wonders of show business, ladies and gentlemen, the Nairobi Trio.
Do, mi, do. Mi, do, fa, re, sol, sol.
Worth waiting 2 weeks for. And here's the gentleman responsible for it all, Ernie Kovacs. Ernie?
I'm the one in the middle, Mother. Did you know me? We would like to introduce tonight, just take this out, I don't want to trip on these things, a network vice president who has come down with us, a gentleman who has done a great deal for the National Broadcasting Company. I hate to impose on your time with anything so serious as this, but I'd like to introduce Vice President of the National Broadcasting Company, Vice President Pellman. Pellman, sir. When we last week we had, as you recall, a very exciting thing in the way of a dance with people appearing and everything. We had a lot of letters from bachelors who wrote to us and said, gee, you know, it'd be so handy to have a girlfriend like that that would disappear when you don't need her. So we thought that we might offer for sale one of these young ladies tonight, if you'd like to buy sort of an invisible girlfriend. Would you come out, my dear? Just come right on out here, please. Thank you. Now, would you take off your things? Now, this is very handy because you can have her around the house, and when you've got company and you don't want her to be around, or maybe your friends will talk, you just have her get undressed like this, and it's quite acceptable, and nobody will have any objections to it. You see that as she gets undressed, there's... All right, dear, thank you very much. Would you take your things, please? If you'd like to buy one, just write to Invisible Girlfriend, NBC, New York. The camera is broken. I heard him pounding. What seems to be the trouble?
Vertical deflection.
Vertical deflection? Son of a gun. You look at it. Would you think it? This is the inside of a camera, and you see the boys here. This is for vermouth. In here they keep the olives and the lemon rind, and down here there's a little bourbon flask that has a tube running out here. Here's the tube, as you can see, runs all the way down here. This runs up into the executive's office upstairs. And actually, I fixed it. Thank you. Actually, they don't take pictures with this at all. It's just a portable bar, and we couldn't get a liquor license at NBC, and we have to do it on the side. Great. We have, oh, wait a minute. I didn't even, just 1 second. I've got to say hello. I just saw you. Over here are two gentlemen. I'm sure you both, you know both, of whom you both know which of. Both. One is Harry Sosnick, the orchestra conductor who makes party records. And the other is Bob Hamilton of the Art of Terpsichore. And both of these gentlemen are currently working on our Monday night show that we all do together. And you're taking the bread out of your own big fat mouth with that register up there. That's one of the reviews. Leaving, just wanted to say hello to Bob Hamilton and Harry Sosnick.
Pleasure for moments of leisure with DuMont. Life has more to it, you thrill when you view it through DuMont. Serves me the finest in television, that's the set to own. Famous for life tone and life-size pictures, DuMont stands alone.
Now, friends, this 1951 DuMont Mount Vernon console will give you television at its finest, with clear,